Hey, this is Morning Perfect Bass. I am Van Velding. I am going to work on my perfect bass a little bit each day. And at the end of a few weeks, we are going to see how much progress I've made. Today, I am clearing out the garden, I believe. I'm just going to try to get rid of all these blocks and make a room for some nice flowers and trees and streams. Might keep some dogs and cats here. Do not know. So the Joker movie is coming out, and I'm still dissatisfied with it. I'm not one of those dudes who's mistaken the purity of directed violence in fiction as a form of aspirational power. So maybe that's why I'm not a Joker fan. I don't really hate him. It's just I don't see where most of the hooks associated with Joker are hooks. Like super sanity. What the fuck is that? Jack Napier as a small time crook that got thrown into a vat of acid. Omnicompetent supervillain. He wants to copyright a staple food harder than Monsanto, and he's willing to poison people. Well, actually, that is Monsanto. That is Monsanto. Degree in agribusiness or not, the Joker, well, Batman's whole rogues gallery, works because it's not just mimetic; it's adaptably mimetic. It covers a spread of mental illnesses, challenges to the psyche, human motivations, enough that you can rotate any villain which resonates with the zeitgeist to the forefront so that the readers can enjoy something new and different and engaging. And the Joker himself is someone I consider a nice to have, but far from a character who's so well developed in his own right that he deserves his own movie. The only Sorry, I just thought about a villain called Monsanto Man that does all of the things Joker does basically, but just denies it. And he's a billionaire too, so he doesn't go to jail because it costs too much to prosecute him. And he'll pay a fine. And we can't prove Cancer X causes cancer when distributed via blimp at 1,000 feet. But, and he didn't specifically tell his henchmen to kidnap Bruce Wayne. Just that someone like Bruce Wayne, if they happen to be trapped in the genetic copywriter, then the whole plan would go forward on schedule and they could keep their status as 1099 workers with Monsanto's Gotham wing. I mean, that guy, he deserves a movie. Anyway, the only part of Joker I consider essential is in The Dark Knight Returns when let me finish. When, in Frank Miller, rest his mind, his Dark Knight Returns, Batman's retired, then he comes out of retirement, and when that happens, the Joker immediately relapses and starts killing people again. I mean, it is for no reason except comic books, and this is still Frank Miller after all, but him being a personification of society's visceral reaction to Batman's existence resonates with me. Otherwise, why a clown? The Joker's life before Batman doesn't matter. How he gets face to face with Batman doesn't matter. A few episodes ago, I talked about the near futility of trying to engage in truthful discussion with others when they lack the willingness to reevaluate their assumptions, their views, or their data. You can argue reasonably until you are blue in the face, but the point is that they are here to make you abandon your views, and they'll pretend to listen to you insofar as it gives them the chance to chip away at your perspectives. After all, you believe something. They believe only that you are wrong. They will cajole or threaten or do anything else to get you to break down. If you're resolute in your views and resist their manipulation, then you aren't listening to them. If you are listening, then you just don't understand. If you do understand, then you just can't be convinced because you're the one who's biased and intractable. This chain of unsuccessful debate denigrates you at every stop except agreeing with them. And once they've exhausted their rhetorical steps, then you fully dehumanized yourself. I mean, they've dehumanized you, but your actions in good faith have given them the delusion that they are now justified in doing that. Thankfully, there's no further debate. That's the good news. But sadly, they feel justified in punishing you for your ideological foolishness. Sometimes you get trolling. Sometimes you get violence from that. I mention this now because the one immutable characteristic I ascribe to the Joker matches that pattern. reaction to Batman's obvious belief that a man in a bat suit can help Gotham. It's an idea that's built around punishing and ridiculing Batman. It's like hating him, but with a deep-seated need to prove the flaws in his worldview. Okay, I can kind of see dark reflection of Batman. Like, I get that now. I can see the point given this context. So the Joker is a clown to underscore the grim seriousness of it all. Criminal, of course. Pathology of deliberate counter-psychological convention of being irrational just to be irrational. Because certainly no one is ever actually this irrational. But, if someone were this irrational, how would you deal with the Batman? Like that one asshole whining, oh, what if a white kid dying of cancer wanted to say the N-word, but like for criminal behavior? I mean, sure, someone could find a professional street con with his throat slit by a playing card and the Queen of Clubs in one hand, the Queen of Diamonds in the other, and the real murder weapon folded cleanly into his heart, and who would ever see it coming? That's crazy enough, right? The premise of fighting all crime, or cleaning up Gotham, or avenging dead parents means nothing. And even if you do cure the social wounds and scare the criminals and clean up the cops and the mob, then it's still stupid because the Joker's still here. He won't be mollified by wealth or fear of the justice system because he's driven by this childish self-important spite, contrariness measured in dead bodies. He's not that deep, y'all. He's just creative and determined. Something that no Joker fan in the history of Joker fans has ever been, for the record. Brass tacks, disgruntled gangster Joker, cynical architect Joker, well voice-acted Joker, and even our new soft boy Joker do not get as close to the character's depth as Jared Leto method acting with an edgy pranks book for douche rich bags. For douchebag rich people. Yes. Rich bags. I want to be clear that I'm not talking about his Joker, but about the actor himself and his off-screen antics better representing the up to your ankles depth of the Joker. I'm proud of that as hot takes go, but it's wrong. It was Heath Ledger. He is all of that shit I just talked about. I tried to curve it up and defy expectations. I'm not a fanboy of The Dark Knight Returns, but he is just there to try to exploit the fault in the human condition and to remind the world of what he sees as its jet black, ugly truths. And it's all built on nothing but a reaction to Batman via illogical constructions and fueled with a care for the pertinent details and a humorous, contemptuous disregard for, and not to belabor my own point, a humorous, contemptuous disregard for irrelevant details like the Joker's origin. The motherfucker doesn't care about his own origin story. He mocks the idea. Don't you have anything better to do? That said, what would the Joker's origin story look like? In the Star Trek Next Generation episode Chain of Command, Golem is said he's torturing a member of the crew. He mentions his upbringing as a homeless child fighting for bread, and then our crew member says that they will always remember their torturer as that child. It's a bad idea, guys. The important part of the Joker story is that they are a reaction to Batman. Some may see them as the inexorable notion of crime that Batman is fighting, more than a man, less than an everyman. There's a great thread in there about the Joker being a valid counterpoint to Batman. None of this... What is this? What are you doing? I got fucking pillars and shit. God, these guys hit so hard. Sometimes they get magic axes. Those things hit harder than my sword. This is a diamond sword. The best kind of thing made to do damage to things, other than lava. Lava's better than this. Come on. There we go. It's hard for me to find hitboxes. I don't want to blame the fact that I'm on a Wi-Fi connection via a realm. But I am on a Wi-Fi connection via realm, so sometimes it is hard for me to find hitboxes. And sometimes, I just flail. I panic. I panic like any 12-year-old playing this game. That happens. That's fair. So I'm going to take care of these guys out here. instead of talk for just a minute. And I'm not going to lose my place. And I'm going to combine. I'm going to pick up with that same energy. So much energy. Ah, fuck. Come on. See, the thing is with the shield is you have to commit to not being able to block, right? I was going to block that, but I think I can knock... Oh, shit. Okay, I guess I can get my own fucking face knocked in. So, yikes. I need to find... What I need to do is... I don't have any shit... Ah, fuck. Alright, that was shenanigans. That was shenanigans, okay? All that stuff should have gone to my fucking... At least I know where he is. All that stuff should have gone to my fucking... Oh, fuck. Not making this easier stuff. Alright, what do I got? Fucking goddamn. Yep. Block. Okay. Whew. My one advantage is that I'm faster than everything else in this game, except for spiders, I think, and that I can put blocks down. I'm not going to put those pants on. I'm going to keep those pants. I'm going to see if I can re-enchant them. Alright, I think I got a handle on this guy. So, the important part of the story is that their reaction to Batman, right? An exorbitant notion of crime, more than man, less than every man. Great thread about being valid counterpoint to Batman, and none of that like shitty juvenile war is man's natural state counterpoint. Like not as an ideology that a massive racing petty emotions and is inimical to civilization, and that massive emotion is innate to mankind, right? But that massive emotions is valid somehow. One of the merits of Batman the Animated Series is its willingness to maturely express that its villains had motivations for their actions, even if they were still dangerous people who needed to be stopped. There was a human motivation under it. The thing is that the Joker isn't motivated by an ideology or a tragic backstory. You are the last motherfucker I want to kill. Get the fuck out of my face. If a layperson were to look at Batman's... Hey, you dumb mother people. Were to look at Batman's crusade and react negatively to it, there's a guy out here. Come on, buddy. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you a nice jacket. I wish I could take their fucking jackets. Oh shit, I can make my own skins. I could just take their fucking jackets. It's a good way to get sorted by my friends. Nah, they wouldn't do that. Not with my face. That would be just fine. I'm gonna take that jacket. I'm gonna take the jacket from those guys. I'm gonna start wearing that jacket. So, in a universe based on the moral integrity of a man who's so tired of crime, he dresses up like a flying rodent to violence at motherfuckers until roundhouse kicks and batarangs to the face outweigh the economic motivations of crime. But you would have to make those flaws in Batman more than mere mistakes to create like a valid moral counterpoint Joker. Now, I know there's a lot of hot takes on the internet about the problems with Batman, so I'm just going to jump down and cut these. Oh, fuck. No, they're hitting me. Okay. See, I can't reach them from here. Can I? Maybe? I have Thorn's armor, and I rarely ever use shields. I'm just going to jump down and start hacking some motherfuckers up. I think that's the best shot. Oh, fucking. Okay. All right. Those guys swing pretty fucking quickly. So, that's going to be a fun afternoon. Missed that before. And still missing that. Thank you, computer, for finally giving me the thing. Gonna get more shit, I guess. I don't have a diamond sword in here. I don't have a backup sword in here. Let me get this decent armor. Sorry. I know you guys want to hear about the Joker, but I want to kill these motherfuckers. It's personal now, okay? It's personal. I died twice. One time was totally shenanigans, but I feel bad about the other two times. So, yeah, right. So anyway, hot takes, internet shenanigans. I have an infinity bow in here. What the fuck am I doing? But seriously dissecting a lot of the internet's hot takes on Batman will either cause a degenerative neurological condition or a mummy's curse. So I will take a hard pass on taking any of that shit seriously. I see the fascism argument brought up a lot against Batman. I don't see it. A robber shot his parents in the street. I don't see him bataranging jaywalkers. Besides, I don't see too successful at stopping Gotham from being a hellhole cesspit of insane crime. as being one of the big problems that Batman's courting as a franchise. Silver Age portrayals of Batman retiring are bizarre because where does Batman end? Like, for a guy who is allegedly 6 steps ahead of everyone, where does it end? I mean, death is most likely. Of all DC multiverses, we most frequently see the ones where Batman is incredibly lucky enough to still be alive. He is just like a super lucky dude. But the other end of the scales is what? Him eliminating all crime? Or reaching some kind of a plateau? And like then he'll cross the line and become evil, and it reminds his own campaign to like end crime, and he's eventually stopped by police, or sometimes he stops all crime but with murder and makes Gotham into like maybe a bat-themed police state. I think Kingdom Come did that last one, but honestly that doesn't flow very natural. I mean, every time I turn over these flaws, I return to the Joker as an edgelord who believes society isn't society unless it lays down and lets him unravel it. Or I return to the Red Hood, a much better counterpoint to Batman, who's born from Batman's actual failure of, putting kids in front of criminals as a form of therapy. But I don't know. I think Robin isn't essential to Batman. I think, Alfred Pennyworth is. I think Dick Grayson is, but I'm digressing. In films, Batman retires. I don't mean The Dark Knight Rises, though. I mean, obviously. In Batman Begins, he breaks Falcone's organization, which leads into the League of Assassins, which leads into the Joker. All of that is resolved at terrible prices, and he retires as Batman because Batman isn't working. And then Bruce Wayne isn't working. And then the League of Assassins comes back, and so Batman returns. And yeah, it's futility, and selfishness, and anger. Plateau is frustration, a city that won't stay saved. Crossing the line is selfishness and anger. If the people of Gotham continue becoming super criminals with no regard for one another, does he give up, or does he begin punishing them harder for their own good? Is his quest futile because it is an inherent state of man? Once we get into giving humanity the opportunity and inspiration to be better, we're wearing a big red cape and we're going through Metropolis. So I feel like we've mined out that, and we're back to the premise. Batman breaks organizations. He protects people from harm. Ultimately, his scope must pass beyond one city and punching organized criminals. So, the Joker's disorganized, implacable, harmful. He must appeal to Batman's selfishness and anger. Someone that the law fails to bring to heel. Protest leader might work, maybe militia guy, someone who says, if you can break the law, so can I. Your quest is stupid, unobtainable. Monsanto Man and Heath Ledger's Joker are closer to what I'm looking for than most, now that I think about it. But neither of those douchebags could carry a movie. So, alright, what is my Joker movie pitch, actually? Given that I've decided on this terrible thing, how will I go forward? What is my perfect Arby's order? Let me tell you, I think I'm actually running low on time here. I got 18 minutes. I got like 6 minutes. All right. So, give me 3 to 4 people and they all become the Joker. Each one is living their lives before Batman. One is a wealthy business person. One is a protester. One is a disillusioned idealist. And the last one is a street kid, street urchin, has nothing. We see each of these people react to Batman and they don't like him very much. Business person, they see cheating as a way to get ahead, right? They break the law as a way to innovate. And that's how they got where they are. Batman is just as good at busting white-collar crime with his connections as Bruce Wayne and his ability to eavesdrop and intimidate nobodies. Going after corporate crime should be like holiday times for Batman. Like every June to August, suddenly like CEOs are getting exposés about all the illegal shit they're doing. In the mind of a businessman, okay, people have to commit crime to create new things and to compete with others, and Batman cracking down on the previously protected business class reveals the flaws in the system and the disloyalty of the rank and file. And it might just be wish fulfillment, but imagine interns dishing to Batman for a $200 Pizza Hut gift card. I think that's great. These businesses feel it's unjust for Batman to make them face the consequences of their actions or to obey the law. So He believes that, you know, consolidation's for the greater good, and even if he's not CEO, he hates it. Also, maybe Batman crushes a mafia family that makes uh, also space. Maybe a mafia family that they know that was helping them out. So our protester hates it. I mean, sure, he's good with what Batman is doing, but you just can't punch people and spy on people and violate due process, no matter how noble your end. You can't impose order from the top down. Once the populace accepts law by a single man, that man can make the law whatever he wants, right? He also inspires copycats, and certainly, hospitalization and permanent injury of thugs isn't just a consequence, isn't a just consequence for a life of stealing things, or just plain anger at the arrogance of being Batman. Last one's a cynic, and like maybe a former idealist, maybe a former Peace Corps, religious, save the world type guy, just to lean them away from the protester dude. You know, they quit, they join the rat race, they feel humanity is irrevocably fucked. Sure, crime went down when Falcone was brought in, but Gotham is still a dangerous place, so what's changed, really? Batman's just fighting against human nature. He can't he see that stopping crime doesn't stop crime? Obviously, Batman is just in it for some ulterior motive, and if he does believe in what he's doing, he's stupid. So our cynic is a former police officer, maybe a psychologist or teacher or pundit, so they can actually profile Batman and understand some of his behavior, or believe that they understand his behavior. So those first three are men and women, and they're all of similar build and facial structure and voice soundy samey. Because yeah, they get into a party barge disaster, which is one of those disasters where everyone gets mixed up. You don't know who's alive and who's dead. So Batman comes by and he saves them, and like their face is covered with soot, so you can't see which one of them it is. But they end up with the assets of one, and then they acquire the assets of the other to become Joker. So they're already on the path, and you don't know which one it is. It could be any of them. I'm going to have to go over time. I really thought I could push this through. So they punish Batman, all right, but he doesn't break, and he captures the Joker, and then Joker dies in Arkham. And then we see the street urchin character, who's been pulling themselves up by their own bootstraps, with crimes, with living on the edge of things, living in fear of Batman, and they watch the Joker's body being taken out of Arkham, or maybe being sold on the black market, right? And they just start laughing, and that's it. He becomes the next Joker in the story, because we understand the foibles in Batman. We have some, I think, somewhat legitimate counterpoints, some less legitimate counterpoints, and we see that the idea of Joker is bigger than one body, therefore creating this immortal figure based on an ideology opposed to Batman's. So anyway, I am way over time, so keep learning things, keep asking questions. That is it.